What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is JR with the JR Wisdom channel. Once again, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. And if this is your first time checking out one of my videos, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button along with the bell. That way you receive all the notifications for all of my future videos that have content like this. So with that being said, let's jump right into it. So today we're going to be talking about NHL hockey player. It's a brother. You know, he's going through some issues. He made the headlines here recently, and I thought it was a very interesting topic to discuss based upon, you know, a lot of these issues that have been going on with a lot of these professional athletes. And in his case, he's definitely not an exception. So the funny thing about this gentleman in particular, obviously he's a brother, you know, he's in the NHL. He's a superstar, you know, plays for the San Jose Sharks. But like Michael Jordan and other athletes, other successful athletes, this guy has a gambling problem, and along with this gambling problem, it leads to other issues in his life, particularly with his wife. Dude's married. He's married to a beautiful young lady, has a child on the way and already has a child. And all of this pressure, I can understand it can happen to the best of us. But when you're dealing with certain people, especially women, you know, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. And this is a classic example. So let's jump right into it. So just to give you some background on Evander, obviously his parents named him after Evander Holyfield, great heavyweight boxer. And Evander, you know, he came into the league. He's been pro for 12 years. He just turned 30 like yesterday, like literally yesterday. So he's been pro, you know, star in the NHL, has made several $1 million. I think he's made like 60 million, 50, 60 million since he's been in the league. But with having that money at a young age and over time, 12-year vet, you know, he's made some decisions which young cats do. You know what I'm saying? He's been married for 3 years to this young lady, and obviously debt's getting out of hand. He's been sued, you know, from gambling in Vegas, sued by the Cosmopolitan there in Vegas for $500,000. He eventually, you know, settled it out of court. Other gambling debts he's been accruing. One lender, I guess he borrowed, you know, somehow got involved with $15 million and didn't pay it back. So this lender came after him, which forced him to file for bankruptcy the early part of this year. And with that bankruptcy, you know, he's claiming that he's got like $27 million in debt and only $10 million in assets. And on top of that, he's got like $1.5 million gambling debt on top of this, 1.6, I believe, 1.6 gambling debt on top of this. So he filed Chapter 7 bankruptcy. So as you can see, this guy's got a lot of stuff going on, but he just signed a contract, 7-year contract, I believe, for $49 million. And he's got like 3 years left in this, which is, I think, equates to about $26 million at this point. So the dude's been making money throughout his career, and he's still got money to be made. But obviously all these different things are troubling him. And this brings up to recently his wife airing him out on IG. And as you can see on these messages, you know, she goes into talking about him, you know, just leaving to Europe for a week. Supposedly they're estranged. So, you know, there's two sides to every story. But at the end of the day, he leaves her for a week. He goes to Europe, staying at all these extravagant hotels, partying, doing all these different things, supposedly leaving her behind. And the house is being foreclosed on while she's pregnant. And they have a 1-year-old daughter at this point. The house is being foreclosed on while he's in Europe, according to her. They're coming, you know, just to foreclose on the house to evict her, you know, in essence, evict her out of there, get up out of there. And she has nobody except herself. I guess she doesn't have any money to pay for anybody to pack the place up to get the stuff up out of there. She's even claiming she's going. Now, we know at times women can be a little extreme and things like that, but she's saying she's going as far as saying she had to sell her wedding ring to buy formula for a child. I mean, come on. But basically, she's putting all this stuff up on Instagram, basically trying to make him look bad, and going as far as saying that this guy was throwing games. You know, he's basically betting against his own team, you know, at times causing the team to lose, you know, which basically that's questionable about how he's able to do that based upon the position that he plays, if that's even possible. But she's throwing out all these allegations, and she's even adding the NHL in her posts on Instagram. So basically, in essence, she's messing up the money or trying to screw up the money at this time. And I understand that she's pregnant and she's emotional with all this stuff that she's, alleging is going on. But at this point, there's other ways for you to go about doing this. If you're that upset, you even, trying to roast him by putting up a book that you got, a book that you guys will see, How to Gamble for Dummies or something like that. Going to that point. So it's just gotten completely out of hand. So with her at the NHL launches an investigation on this guy. And they're in the process of doing that right now, which based on some things, he's saying his response basically is that he's never gambled against his own team through any games or stuff like that. He hopes that he looks forward to this investigation. His estranged wife made up all these lies. He said that this has been his best season ever for the 12 years that he's been in. So he doesn't know, other than her being, highly upset and scorned, that she would make these accusations against him. So in essence, let's just say if these things were true, right? If they are true, the consequences of what could happen to him for gambling against his own team or throwing games and things like that, because they do take these things very seriously, even if it is procedure that they have to investigate these things. But his teammates obviously want him off the team. They do say, I guess some of his closest friends are saying that he is a gambler. They know him of gambling and for other sports, basically dealing with bookies and stuff like that for basketball, football, baseball, things like that. But they've never known him to go as far as basically gambling on hockey. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something that is beyond me. So as far as you guys, what I would say, obviously this man is young. He got married still in his 20s, 27-year-old to a woman the same age. He obviously, if he's doing all of these things, who knows what occurred with the wife, but she's pregnant, he left her there. You're going out, obviously dealing with other women, because there's other posts of her basically adding certain women that he's supposed to have been dealing with. But this young man didn't get everything out of his system, first of all. Multi-millionaire, has a gambling addiction. The wife, whatever's going on, he's dealing with other women. And one thing about this, you need to realize that obviously your relationship, for your wife to go this far, to put you on blast, to mess up the money on top of what all you have going on, which you may have brought it on yourself. I mean, come on. Is there any mentorship there? That's why it is important to have a mentor in this whole issue. Was his father basically giving him any guidance in this? Who knows? But this gentleman, it seems like his whole world is crumbling down, even though there's still hope, because he still has all this money left on his contract, but he's still messing it up at the same time. So it's a lot that you should be thinking about, guys. You guys need to stay focused. Even if you do have these addictions, seek some help, which supposedly he said he's seeking some help. Seek some help if you have these addictions. If you're not sure if you have all of these things out of your system in terms of women, don't get married. Don't put yourself in a position where you can get humiliated with this person knows all your secrets and they're able to put you on blast. Because right now, that's just adding more BS to the whole situation. You know what I mean? And you got your team is now against you, saying that you don't show up to practice on time. You do what you do whatever. And a lot of these things, there's no excuse because you're a grown man. But a lot of these things are coming from the lifestyle that you're living, which basically he needs to be reeled in, man. So take care of your business first, guys. Marriage, having kids, which is what he did, just brings extra stressors, especially if you're not ready for it. In this case, it doesn't appear he is. So with that being said, guys, let me know your thoughts on it. Let me know your thoughts on this whole situation, how you would handle it, how you would move forward with this, so on and so forth. I'd be happy to hear what you guys have to say. And with that being said, as usual, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to book a one-on-one, hit me up on Calendly. Check out all my books on jrosswriting.com. You can check out my merch at Teespring, or as known as Spring, in the Wibbia toolbar below. Pick up one of those t-shirts. And with that being said, peace be upon you all, and the mercy and blessings of the Almighty, and I will catch you guys on the next one. I'm out of here. Peace.